Hello. Today I will be making a video on how to properly apply hull shading to a Shipbucket ship drawing. Now, a lot of people don't get the hull shading right. It always bothers me, so here's a video describing how to do it. So as you can see, I have three colors up there. This first one, the kind of brown looking one, is the base hull shading color. Use this one to highlight the curves of the hull. I don't really know how to describe this, but as you can see, I am mirroring the shape of the hull with a single pixel line of brown. Not very difficult, just a little bit time consuming. So using the brown color, you follow the shape of the hull, and this, as far as I'm concerned, is the only way to properly shade the hull of a Shipbucket ship. Anything else is unnecessary and, in my mind, ugly, because it doesn't fit the style that the rest of the ships are drawn to. So please just keep this in mind. I chose this particular drawing because it has quite a few little features on the hull. It has a little hull sonar, a stabilization thing that runs along the side of the hull, and propeller shafts and rudders and all the good stuff. So I've gotten into the habit of shading the top little bit of these, whatever the hell they're called, I'm not sure. I got into the habit of shading the top of them where it meets the hull, because that's where I think that would be a joint that isn't a 90-degree angle in most cases. Though I could be wrong. Apply it as you see fit. I'm applying a bit of shade under this thing to show that it is coming off of the hull. My terminology here is really bad, but I'm sorry. It's the best I can do. I'm using Adobe Photoshop to do this, but this is nothing you can't do in Paint. Nothing at all. Applying a little bit of shade to the bottom of the sonar deal, and to the top of the propeller shaft where it meets the bottom of the hull. I was trying to write stuff because this program I'm using will not capture narration. I have to add it afterwards. So ignore anything, ignore this part, I'm sorry. It's an oversight on my part. This right here is the base color red. This is the fire truck red that we use for hulls. Whenever you submit a drawing, make sure you submit at least one version that's in the proper colors with the fire truck red. I don't want to see anything else. If you want to submit one with a blue or a green or whatever type of hull, go ahead, but make sure that there's a fire truck red one to go with it. Because this is how the standard works, and I'm tired of people just doing whatever the hell they want. Now this slightly darker color is a shade color for the hull. This is applied above the brown color. In the same fashion, you just mirror it. It's really not difficult. On some computers I have trouble seeing this color, but either way you still need to do it. This makes the hull shading look much more complete. On these sections where the keel extends further aft than the curve of the hull, make sure to shade both sides of the little joint. I'm not sure what it's called. I'm not a naval architect. I can't tell you. But make sure to shade both sides of it, not just the top or the bottom. Both sides, please. Change my song. As always, it just follows the usual shape of the hull, just like the brown color beneath it. M. Conrad's told me that this gives the hull a sense of curvature, and it sounds fine to me. Use this color and this color alone to shade the propeller shafts. Do not use the brown color on the propeller shafts. If you do, I will ban you. Not really, but you know what I mean. Use this to shade anything that looks round, is the general rule of thumb. See how much more complete it looks already? Now we take the brown color and draw the connections between the propeller shafts and the struts, or whatever the hell they're called. And just for the hell of it, I put a little mark on the rudder here. Note I have not shaded the bottom of the rudder because I'm pretty sure that these rudders were flat. They had a flat bottom to them. Therefore, they don't need a curvature line to represent them. And I think that about wraps it up. As you can tell, it looks so much better than it did with no shading, or so much better than it would with non-standard shading that I've been seeing lately. And that about wraps it up. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps.